Welcome to another episode of Unbound Being. And today I want to talk about the main thing that we could do. So, what is the main thing that we could do to be unbound beings, to be free creatures, to be expressive and creative and harmonic, peaceful, to be giving, loving and compassionate? Well, the main thing that we can do, and it certainly is the most practical thing we can do, is to focus on the good, to acknowledge the good. Because if you look at all the teachers and the masters of all times, and the people that have helped with life coaching and all kinds of forms, you'll see that positive affirmation or positive thinking or acknowledgement of abundance and the law of attraction, basically what you acknowledge you get. This is probably the one single thing you can do. You can, every moment in your life, you can either focus on what's bad or on what's good. You can either focus on the negativities or the positivities. You can either say, these are the obstacles that I'm running into, or you could say, what are the solutions to get to the next step, even if it's one tiny thing that you can do. And it really all comes down to that one single thing, which is where energy or where attention goes, energy flows. So your attention goes on to negative things, well, the energy of the universe says, oh, well, this is what the guy's spending his time doing, right? Or the lady or whoever you are, right? It basically says, okay, let's have a little scan here. The person is spending time worrying. He must love worry. Let's give him more worry, right? The person is spending, acknowledging their abundance, the joy, the beauty, the fulfillment of life. Well, this person must love that. Let's give him more, right? So if you can get your attention back onto the positive things instead of the negative things, instead of focusing on those things that said, oh, my life is not good and it's not working, and then that's the universe says, oh, well, he loves the life not working. So the law of attraction, or whatever you want to call it, where attention goes, energy flows idea, which is basically what you acknowledge you get. What you sow, so shall you reap, right? You've heard the expression, the seeds that you sow shall grow the plants of that seed which you grew. You grow corn, seeds, well, then you expect corn. Don't expect something else. And that is basically what we do. You'll put your attention on the things that are negative. Well, expect negative, because the universe says what you acknowledge, you get. And if you acknowledge the good, well, guess what you're going to get? Good. So if there was one single thing that we could probably teach our kids in school, the main thing that we should be teaching in school, if you want a world that is unbound by all these things that we seem to be bound by now, and the destructive forces that are going on, which we don't want to focus our attention on too much, but we have to acknowledge them and say, okay, they're there, but don't put your attention on them all the time. Have your attention for 95% of the time on how you're going to go forward, how you're going to be positive, how you're going to get to the goal where you want to be, how to hold that dream that you want, where you want to go. And then, you look at things, you know there's an economy, you know there's people going to war, you know the financial system is not real, you know that there's a food system that is poisoning us, but don't go too much on it, because you'll be consumed by that, and then you'll be bound by it. So let's say, just in a way of saying, let's say 5% of your attention goes to seeing the realities and looking at the obstacles, and then whoop, shift your attention right away to the things that are good, to the solutions, to say, okay, where do I go from here? What is my dream? What's what I would love to manifest? How could I help other people? How could I help the world? How could I shift this place into this other beautiful place which I can see? I can see that dream. I can see a place where there is none of those things, where there's no financial system that is exploitative, where there's no wars going on because people need things that they really don't, where there's no so much money behind all these systems like school systems and the education system in general, and the monetary system is the worst, of course, but then you got the medical system and the medicines and things that are going on. Well, how can I move to a place where that is surpassed? And that really is all about what you acknowledge you get. So the single one most important thing that we could teach in schools, and that we could teach our family, that we could teach our children, that we should be talking about on the news and on everyday programs, is how can I How can everybody that would apply this technique get to where they really want to be? And that one single thing, and it does go in combination with stillness. It does go in combination with stopping your mind in general, or at least getting control of your mind, at least getting them off the negativities and getting your mind onto the positive thoughts. But finally, even beyond that, getting into a state of stillness where basically the energy of your dream is held within you. And within the stillness of just being in this moment, you know where you want to go. You have a tiny bit of your attention, your unconscious attention and conscious attention, subconscious attention, you might say, that you know where the world is and you know where your life is. And you know there are the things that you don't want anymore. But mainly, the larger part of your energy field is there, here, in the moment, but you know where you want to go. And you got your attention on that, the good, the positive, the joyous, the abundance, the thankfulness for what you have. That is probably the single most important thing that we could do every day, to be unbound beings, to be free, to be living our dreams, to be compassionate and to be creative and to go towards that which we want to be. Unbound beings, unbound by those things that are holding us down, which is mainly focusing on that. Acknowledge what you want, acknowledge what you get. What you acknowledge, you will get. Where your attention goes, you will, where the energy will flow. The universe will allow that to manifest. So, as divine creators, we can be the unbound beings that we are. See you next time. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe. That will get you more of these videos the moment I publish them. And don't forget to like my videos as well. That also helps to us, well, basically all of us, to be unbound beings. So, see you next time.